Welcome back to the I'm Just Saying podcast. We got Bobby, Nico, and Sean as usual. And we got some pretty interesting topics to discuss today. Personally, I can't wait to get to the first one, but I'm going to let y'all rock. The first thing I want to touch on here, and I know anybody watching this can definitely attest to feeling like this when they watch certain players play. And I want to discuss players who frustrate you every time you see them play. And that could be from whether it's clear that they're wasting their potential, or maybe you just feel like they don't even belong in the NBA at all. So, Bobby, I'm gonna let you rock with this first.
Denzel Valentine, get the fuck out the league, bro.
Hell yeah, fuck Denzel Valentine.
I
I hate
like
that
this.
dude.
Bro,
Well, I used to.
gee, folks is so garbage, bro. He getting about 15 mil to be in the fucking way. And I'm sorry for the kids listening, but goddamn it, Uncle Bobby got a story to tell. All right. Denzel Valentine has to be the most below average basketball player I have ever seen in my fucking life. Denzel Valentine is that dude in the league who, not in the league, but LA Fitness, who swear up and down that he cold until he go against some real hoopers, and then you see how below average he really is.
You ever saw him in the Drew League when he was playing against Frank Nitty
Yep, and he
and he
showed
bust
him
his
up.
ass and told
That's
his ass he don't belong in the NBA? He wasn't wrong.
he wasn't. And it's crazy because we got players like Frank Nitty who can't get in the league, can't get an opportunity, but somehow Denzel Valentine, he's legit a rotation player for the Chicago Bulls. And it's like I can't put into words what about him that like irritates my
Like,
soul.
what's his standout skill?
I feel like me right now, out of shape and all, can go out there and do.
He a good
I feel
passer.
like
He a
no,
good passer.
he a passer for the other team.
He could shoot
That's
a little
about
bit.
it for the other team. When he shoot, you be like he with us. He that shooter.
He like a mini secondary ball handler.
No,
No, you did not,
no.
man.
I'm messing around.
He a brand new created my player. No badges, no attribute
Yeah, see,
upgrades yet. Ain't bought no VC.
Shoot, I would say that player better than him anyway.
I
Shoot.
love Denzel Valentine in college though, bro. I wanted the Bulls to draft him. Like I was happy we drafted him. He was a dog in college.
Okay, well,
And
you tell me what's so cold about him.
for the Bulls, yeah, he don't do much, but in college he was nice, bro. He was a nice triple double threat. Could put the ball on the floor a little bit, shoot a tiny bit, pass a little bit. That's the thing. He don't do nothing good. He don't really do nothing average either. His passing average. He probably, but the Bulls don't have nobody. He probably the Bulls' best passer. That's saying a lot.
So basically, we got you to blame for the Bulls drafting Denzel Valentine. Thanks a lot, man.
Hey, cause I'm listening to this man, I'm just like, what?
He trash now, yes. Like in NBA, he's trash, but coming out of college, he one of the best players to play at Michigan State.
Okay, well that was 5 years ago. All
Well, we
right.
Yeah,
got
now
Garrett
he's
Temple
trash.
doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing. We don't need him no more. Imagine being replaced by Garrett Temple.
I'll take him though. Give me Temple over Denzel any day of the week.
Give me anybody. Give me an 8-year-old over Denzel Valentine.
Now the other player who frustrates my soul is Giannis
Mm.
because like to me Giannis should be way better than what he is. And I know he already a two-time league MVP. This, that, and the third. I get all that. But I'm talking about his game per se. If you watch I don't watch Bucks games that often. I'm not gonna lie to you. I only watch the national televised games. I watch every Bucks game. But every game of his that I've seen, he does the same shit, and it irritates my soul. What I mean by that, obviously, the scout report on Giannis is to just let him shoot, build that wall. You know what I'm saying? Force him to shoot jumpers. But the thing is, if you watch the games, they're not really forcing him to shoot jumpers because he willingly takes them, and he falls into that trap that low key a lot of hoopers that who ain't really shooters fall into, where is you're a shooter jumper, you'll see one go in, and now you launching threes for the rest of the game.
Yep.
And I hate that because to me, he should be a skinny Shaq. He should be in the paint, posting up. With if he catching the post with 2 hands, you can't stop him because he long as hell. Pause. So it's like, so it's like once he catches with the back to the basket, it should be a dunk every rip. I'll give you an example. I was watching the Nets game versus the Bucks about a couple of days ago, both of them. And every time he caught the ball in the post, there was nothing the Nets could do. And I remember one of the fourth quarters in one of them games, he scored about 10 straight, all dunks. And then he came down out of nowhere and just launched a three and airball. I'm like, gee, come on now. Like stuff like that irritates my soul. If you can't stop me from the paint, I'm not shooting no jumpers. I'm in the paint every rip, every possession until you stop me. It's like with Zion. Zion, like, see, I love watching Zion because Zion in the paint all game. Zion ain't shooting threes like that. He ain't doing none of that. Actually, he catch the ball 2 hands. I'm in the post. I'm dunking. If y'all build that wall, okay, then I'll pass it out. But I'm reposting so I can get it right back. It's to me, it baffles me that Zion understands who he is at 20, where we got Giannis who just turned 26, and he's still trying to expand his game, but it ain't working, bro. That's just not you. You don't have to be a shooter. You don't have to be out here trying to be KD and this and that. Just stick to your game. Ugh, but yes, that's.
I think part of that is him knowing that if he develop a consistent jump shot, he legitimately unguardable.
Bro, you airballing mid ranges though. You airballing free throws. At some point, we got to just establish that that's just not him.
I mean, hey,
Magic Johnson dominated the game without the jumper.
I mean, that's like the greatest passer of all time, though, and the lead on defense. So, like, he affected the games in more ways than scoring. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't have to, just because the world's saying you got to get a jumper, don't mean you necessarily have to get a jumper. Just maximize your strength. That's
Yeah, he
it.
needs to
That's
get the ball in
all.
the post more. If Giannis not gonna develop a jumper, he needs to legit attack from the paint from the start. He needs to post up.
Yeah, use him like they use Dwight. Like, let him post and make out of there.
That's what I'm saying. Maximize what you do. That's it.
I feel it. I feel that. Nico.
Well, I'm gonna go with some players us Chicago fans real familiar with. The first one, I'm gonna start off with Lauri Marketing. I
feel
look
that.
at it like I look at players like Porzingis, Giannis, 7-footers that could put the ball on the floor, finish inside. KP could shoot and put the ball on the floor and finish inside. Like why Lauri Marketing can't do the same thing? He came into the league. We thought we had a unicorn on our squad, and all I'm seeing from Lauri Marketing is running hook shots, horrible ass 3-point attempts, a soft ass nigga in the paint. Like it's too much potential when I'm seeing Porzingis do put 20 and 10 up every night. Like why we can't get that from Lauri Marketing? I haven't seen no development from him. And for a 7-footer to be able to shoot and be a little athletic, like that's too much potential to waste. And he on the Bulls. So like I don't see why the Bulls even keep him. Like we need to
Trade
you know
his
how I feel
ass.
about him, Sean. We need to get rid of him as soon as possible. Soon
I
as
said
possible.
as soon as he got back healthy this year, we should have traded him. Let him play a couple games and got rid of him.
Exactly. Start him, let him go off a little bit, feed him, and get rid of his ass. Because he's soft. We drafted him, what, 7th overall? I'm pretty sure we not gonna get nothing from him in the offseason. He a free agent. We finna lose him for nothing.
You know all he is? He just Miritich, basically. Remember Miritich? That's all he
I don't think he
basically
as
is.
good as him.
Yeah. That's
But
all he
yeah,
is.
pretty similar. And then another player, I'm gonna say, another nigga from the Bulls, still on the Bulls to this day, Cristiano Felicio. He don't have no wasted potential. He just a bum that doesn't
He a
belong
bum.
in the league. The man signed a 4-year deal for I think around 35 million.
Still scratching my head about that.
How? He averaged 0 points. He's getting paid 7 million this season to average 0 points on our squad. He's
He
played
fucking
16
somebody
games.
wife in that organization, bro. He married or something, or in a relationship with somebody in the Bulls organization, daughter or some shit. It gotta be.
Bro, I tell you this all the time. We talk about Felicio. I tell all my homies this. Felicio got that contract off. He need to thank Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade threw him a few lobs in 2016, 17. That shit made him look like an athletic big that could run. That got him a deal. His ass ain't did that shit ever since. D Wade got him that contract. Fam don't play at all. I don't understand why he in the league. But it just show to get in the NBA, as long as you 7 foot and can chew bubble gum at the same
Man, look.
time, you got so many opportunities to play in the NBA. Like clean bombs.
And we had Daniel Gafford for that. We didn't even fucking need him.
Gafford is a better version of him. Like, and we don't have Gafford no more. We still got him to tell you about the Bulls front office.
But now we got like probably as good as it's gonna get as far as a role player in that position with Daniel Tice. I like Daniel Tice.
I like Tice. Nice hooper.
First and foremost, I gotta get this one nigga off my chest. Fucking Bismack Biyombo, bro.
I knew you was gonna say him. That's why I did say
He's
him.
right in that Cristiano Felicio, whatever the fuck that dude name is. They in the same boat. Cause why the fuck is Bismack Biyombo still in the NBA? Give me one legitimate reason besides him being 6'10" and athletic for him being in the
6'10"
NBA.
and could chew bubble gum.
Garbage as fuck. Worse than Kwame Brown. Big ball.
LaMelo
Man.
Ball have him looking good though sometimes.
Hey, I was just about to say, LaMelo finna get Bismack paid, bro. Y'all tweaking.
LaMelo gonna
LaMelo
keep a
gonna
lot
be-
of people in the league.
So
that's
did he
'cause it's
Wade got
LaMelo.
Felicio paid, bro. So
And then somebody else gonna make that mistake and pay Biyombo and be like, fuck. And they ain't gonna be able to trade him because ain't nobody else gonna be dumb enough to trade for him. Somebody gonna pay that man like $40-50 million for nothing. Bum ass nigga.
Oh my god.
Let me have been his height, man. I'll be in the league right now.
I don't be understanding it. How are you 6'10", 6'11"? You can't do nothing. Like you have no skill.
Especially today, it ain't even that many big men on the floor, and you still can't do shit.
Like niggas can't do nothing in the NBA. It trips me out, man. Felicio, Kwame Brown, Bismack Biyombo. Like, come on, you can't two dribble, drop step, two dribble, pull up. Like, it blows my man. It blows my
The
man.
Biyombo been in the league for a minute, bro.
Yeah,
How is
keep
he
getting
still
them
around?
checks. Shout out Jalen Rose. Keep getting
Just
them
like
checks.
Felicio, man. He fucking somebody in these organizations, bro.
Hey man, I bet that shit happened a lot.
Oh my god, y'all on the road.
I hate that nigga so much, bro.
Feel your
All right.
pain.
The next one is Ben Simmons.
Oh no,
Yeah.
you didn't.
No, it's not what you
I understand that you was honest. Same
me out.
boat.
It's not even that. This is what frustrates me about him. I feel like Ben Simmons is playing with the wrong dominant hand. I don't think he's actually left-handed.
I agree.
I don't know if somebody when he was growing up or like what. Cause no, he was in college shooting right-handed too. So maybe as he was coming out of college, somebody got in his head and told him you'll be more effective as a lefty, or it'll look better if you left-handed, and he believed that shit. But if you watch him play, when he go to the basket, no matter what side he on, what hand do he finish with? His right. He never uses his left hand at the basket. He gathers off of his left foot all the time, like he's about to go up with his right hand, no matter what side
He
he on.
shoot free throws left-handed though too, right?
But in college, he shot free throws right-handed. And before college, he was dominantly a right-handed shooter.
Right.
And I've even seen him sometimes now, like he on some last second in the shot clock type shit, he'll shoot a post fadeaway right-handed. The nigga never really uses his left hand. And I feel like if he switched over and made that his dominant hand, I think he'll be an effective shooter. And that in turn to make his whole game expand.
Cause his jumper's so ugly. It looked like it hurt.
Yeah,
Like,
it don't
look
look
like it's not
natural.
comfortable.
If you get some time, go back and watch him shoot some right-handed free throws and look how natural it look when he shoot them versus how it look when he shoot left-handed. The shit is night and day.
'Cause
Other
I've
than that,
heard
I
this
ain't got
before.
no knocks on his game though. I ain't got no knocks on his game because to me, the best defender in the NBA, elite passer, he make everybody on the floor better. So I ain't got nothing bad to say about him other than that. Just switch your hand, my
I
nigga.
feel that.
And the last nigga, because I was so high on him when he was coming out of college, is Andrew Wiggins. I feel like he should be so much better than what he is.
Maple Jordan, what they call him.
He only in his 6th year in the league, and we just seen people develop later. But I feel like he should be like a 25, 8-8 type dude leading a team. And for whatever reason, he ain't developed into that. Well, I know what the reason is, because the nigga don't really get no fuck. You can see it in his face. It's like he just hooping for the money. But with Golden State, he has been making some improvements. Like one thing I always said was he should be one of the best defenders in the league because he's 6'8" with long ass arms. And this year he actually one of the best defenders in the league. He top 4 in defensive rating and field goal percentage against. Oh, he third now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I've seen those stats. Yeah,
He don't
because
win
he
up.
long.
But yeah, and I'll be watching the Warriors game like he actually competing on defense now.
Because Draymond Green told him, "I'm gonna beat your ass." If you stick him,
Probably.
you
That's
sticking the
probably what
best
it was.
player every night. That's what you got to do with him though.
You 6'8" long as fuck, and most of the best players, offensive players in the league, is 6'8" long as fuck. So naturally, you should be matched up with them. But shit, he only in his 6th year, so he still got some time. And if he gonna improve anywhere, is with Golden State. When Clay them get back, we'll see
He
if
gonna
he
look
like.
good.
We'll see if he really that. If he even get kept, because I still think once Clay get back, he getting traded or something. But yeah, that's all I got.
He ain't getting traded. They trading Kelly Oubre. He gotta go.
Throw Jabari Parker in that mix too, since we go speak on Andrew Wiggins, the 1 and 2 picks. They both underachieved, wasted potential.
I didn't see what everybody else saw in Jabari. He exactly who I thought he was gonna be.
I feel so bad about
He
Jabari
just
Parker,
lazy
bro.
too.
You know why?
And he just lazy.
Cause I called. I said when he came out of college, I was like, "Watch, he gonna tear his ACL."
Wow.
That he tore his ACL. I called it because I knew he was too big for his body. People thought I was just saying it to be petty,
Yeah, he
but
too
like he
fat.
put too much weight on his ankles, and I could see it. He gonna tear his ACL because he gonna be overcompensating, and that's what happened. Before that though, he was 20 and 10, right? With Milwaukee.
Not 20 and 10, but he was 20 and like 6, 7. Because he was playing with Giannis. So they was 3 and 4. He put up good numbers.
It was that 1 year. I think. Oh no, he got hurt halfway through that year. Yeah, you're right.
But he definitely
So
was
that
averaging
don't count.
20. He was averaging
Yeah.
20 that year. That's the year you're talking about. He
Yeah.
was averaging 20. They never been the same.
Yeah. Now we're gonna talk about the MVP race for this season, and I got an interesting take on this one. So I think the leading candidates right now, in the eyes of the media, are Jokic, Embiid, and I think Lillard is up there.
Yeah, he should be.
I think this one they said it was Joker, Joel, and Steph.
I could see that. Steph should be up there, but I want to know who y'all think is the MVP right now. Nico?
To me, it's kind of not really it's not really hard to see who the leading candidate. It got to be Jokic right now. Like it's Jokic and Embiid. They the top two. Jokic leading the team without Jamal Murray, putting up crazy numbers. Like when have we seen a big man put up 26 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, shooting 50%, 56% from the field, and 40% from deep, 86% from the line? Like crazy numbers. Like he looking like legit the best big man in the league. But
I
at
will
the same
argue that he
time,
is.
Joel doing his thing too, though, averaging 30, damn near 30 and 10. So it's really, to me, it's no argument between those two. And plus, Embiid, number 1 seed in the East, I would pick Embiid number 1 if he would have played all the games. He's missed
Right.
like 20 games. So Jokic got 20 games on him, averaging 8 assists, and he's shooting 40% from deep as your center.
Mm-hmm.
Like we don't see that. Like that's crazy.
That's the same reason I couldn't pick Embiid though. If he didn't miss the games, I probably would have still had him at top, but he missed them
Probably,
games.
but the percentages too, though, bro. 56% versus Embiid's 51% from the field. It's crazy. Like he putting up crazy numbers. That's a crazy season. I'm pretty sure if we look at the numbers versus like some of the best MVP seasons, I bet he in the top like 10. I'm pretty sure this season, top 10.
I think if Embiid was healthy all year, the thing that would have like canceled out the little field goal percentage differences and stuff is the fact that Embiid got his team at the top of the Eastern
Yeah,
Conference.
number 1 seed.
So that probably would have been the equalizer between them two.
But when
But
you look at
shit,
it like that, Jokic, they got 44 wins. Philly got 47.
yeah,
And arguably the West better than the East. So a 3-game, if you put Denver in the East, it's probably the same.
yeah, they probably up top.
Yeah.
I definitely expected them to like once Murray got hurt, I thought they was just gonna fizzle out. But they ain't do shit but make Jokic MVP case stronger because he kicked it up a notch.
That's all they do. It make him have to do more. And then they got a lot of pieces. They got
Yeah,
Monte Morris could pick up the slack. Will Barton. I think Will Barton hurt right now, but you got him. That you got the other the point guard that been starting for them. His name like
Compazzo.
yeah, he filling in perfect. It's just now Jokic is a number 1 go-to guy with role. It's like a LeBron team,
Don't forget
honestly.
they did pick up Aaron Gordon too.
Yeah. So they deep. They to me it look like a LeBron James team in a sense. It's different, but it's Jokic. He got his hand in everything.
Yeah, he's The fact that he do all of this with literally zero athleticism is crazy. This nigga do post fadeaways and don't even leave off the ground. I'll be like,
Man, I
how,
like it.
bro?
It's
And that
same with
shit be
Luca.
all net.
Fundamentals, man. It's same with Luca. I kind of like to see that, bro. Like I wanted to speak on that with Wiggins. Like it show Wiggins show and these European show that it ain't just about being an athlete. You could be a slow, fat guy that just know the game. Think about the fat dudes that be at the gym.
Man, the fat niggas be the hoopers.
Man, I love when a fat, smooth nigga on my team. Like fat niggas can hoop, man. I see
If a
why
fat
Luca
nigga
can
is on
hoop.
the court, it's cause he can hoop. For sure.
Yes,
He ain't just out there to be out there. That nigga be hooping. I ain't never came across a fat nigga on the court who ain't been a hooper.
same for me.
I ain't never seen a fat dude get off. Y'all tripping.
What?
Come out west, you'll see him. Them niggas will give you buckets and then go eat a fucking burger afterwards.
I got one homie who fat who I seen who one time his name is Sean. Man, he
You
was
throwing shots at me?
no, not you. I got another homie named Sean.
I'm just fucking with you.
Like he the only one I seen, and he was low key just trying to be Magic Johnson. I ain't seen him shoot the ball not one time.
So you got Jokic as your MVP and Embiid the runner up.
And I don't think Steph third. To me, it's Steph in the mix, but you can't forget Giannis. I think for the third place, I think it's a tie between Giannis, Jimmy Butler, and Luca, then probably Steph. But Steph, I don't think third to me. I wouldn't put him there. But yes, Jokic, Embiid, the top two.
Bobby?
All right, well, first I gotta define what I think an MVP is. To me, the MVP is always because I know the media can always say it's either who you got the narrative, or more often than not, it's gonna be just who the best player on the best team that year or whatever. So for me, it's kind of like a mix of the best player on the best team, but if the circumstances are right, sometimes it'll be like to me like who is actually like the most valuable player. So unbiasedly, I got Steph number one,
I feel it.
and I got number two. I actually got Donovan Mitchell on the Jazz,
Okay.
and
All
then
right.
third I would have Jokic. I used to have Joel, but to me he missed too many games to qualify in my head. So I got Steph, Donovan Mitchell, and I got Jokic. And let me explain. To me, the MVP means like let's go off record. If your team is 62-20 and you missed like 20 games and they still won like 18 of them games, you're not the MVP because they're winning without you. But if you 60-22 and they lost all 22 games while you was gone, you the MVP because they can't win without you. And so when you look at Steph and them right now, they 35 and 33 right now. In the games that he played, they 34-25. In the games that they don't play, they lost all 8. If he plays every game this year, they the 5th seed.
Which they really shouldn't be.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
He's
Which they should
carrying.
not be. But in the games that he's been available to play, he dragged them to 8th. They are spot behind the Lakers, the defending champs, who are 7th for a whole different conversation. A whole different reason.
Yeah, we know why they down there.
When he went on that tear right after the All-Star break, when he injured his tailbone, when it was like I think like 2 games under 500, and he went into like full Kobe mode and launched them all the way. Cause in their last 17 games, they 12-5. Like they've been like he got them hooping. I don't even say he got the hooping, but he is like a man possessed. And it's like to do what he doing with a team where I think only 3 players on that roster can consider to be veterans, and that's Steph, Draymond, and Kent Bazemore. Everyone else is 25 and under. 5 of them players on the roster were either in the G League last year or they were in college last year.
I think you could throw Looney in there because he got the playoff experience.
Yeah, Looney though. He's a vet. He a vet now.
I don't like Looney like that either because Looney be out there like sometimes. And in my opinion, he be in the way because like he can't never finish like nothing under the basket. Every offensive rebound, he be like one good hit away from going back to the injury list. So it'd be like I don't mess with him like that. But if you want to throw him on that the veteran list. I feel it because he was with them during all the championship runs. Because I think they won their first title with him as a rookie.
Yeah, I wasn't saying he was talented. I was just saying he was there.
Yeah. He
Because
only finished Draymond lobs. That's it. He definitely
he
tried.
aged in dog years. Like oh goodness. And then not to mention that the Warriors only running an 8-man rotation right now because they only have 8 players available, and it's been that way. So it's like, who doing the most with less? It's Steph, by far, number one with a bullet. So to me, that's he doing everything it requires to be MVP. The only thing he missing is they just not a top seed. But if you consider the talent level that he playing with versus everyone else in the tough West, like to me, I'd give it to him.
It's like the Westbrook year.
To me, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, his play style, the talent he had around him, even though I feel like talent low key was better than everybody considered it to be in hindsight. But I think 2 of them players once they left the Thunder, they became all stars. But that's neither here nor there.
Oladipo and Sabonis.
Yeah, but hey, I said all the time, hey, just the system they was playing in. But that's another conversation too. But I look at it exactly the same as that. Like why we don't have to hold that same energy for Steph. But you know how the media be. If you ain't got no Finals MVP, you ain't shit to them. So whatever. And then for second, I got Donovan Mitchell for basically stated before this, the Steph ran, which is basically if you on the best team in the league, your MVP is automatically on that roster, and he the best player on that team. So why is he not being considered when you talking about Jokic? The Jazz had the best record in the league. I didn't even hear the Gobert name mentioned in MVP talks.
I wouldn't expect him though, but he always up there for defensive player of the year.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell, my third player. I'm tripping. He's third. He really should be second, honestly. Best team in the, like you said, he the best player on his team, like the best team in the league.
They got the best record in the league by far. It ain't close. They low key took off like how Steph and them took off in 2015 out of nowhere to the media. So it's like, why we ain't putting the same? You know what I'm saying? Like his numbers improve across the board. Like the Jazz himself is improving across the board, and they basically got the same roster. So
That
it's like
team's really good too.
It's like all they did was just change their style of play. But hey, like I was saying, it's all narrative.
Right. Definitely the narrative.
The media legit controls us who gonna be the MVP. Third, I got Jokic for basically the same reason everybody else do. They started off in a rut. He dragged them, averaging basically a triple-double for most of the season. Jamal Murray go down for the season, and he still got them beating teams where they shouldn't be beaten. Like to me, he pulling a Steph Curry, a Russell Westbrook. He dragged them to wins and got them firmly placed in the playoff picture when they should be low key coming down since they second best player and their best scorer on the team is no longer available. He still got them right where they would be, as if Jamal Murray was right there.
I think that's what's going to lock it down for him.
Yeah, and in all honesty, he probably is going to be the winner because the media has been talking about him for MVP all year too. Because before the season started, it was I think it was Bron, Luka, and Jokic, and all of them fell off for different reasons. But Jokic remained up there, and of course, the media sees all too. So yeah, I think he gonna win realistically. But yeah, they're my 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said Steph though would be your number 1, right?
If I had to pick, I'm picking Steph because to me he is by definition the most valuable player. Just like how we said, I think on the first episode that LeBron and Steph could keep winning every year. I think this is one of them years where he should win it, but he won't.
It's like the first time he didn't really had to prove like, look, I'm Steph.
Yeah, he really that deal.
Yeah, he can carry without help. This is the first time he really had to prove it.
I don't even think he had to prove it though because he carried the team without help before. In 2013, he dragged them to the playoffs. He wasn't even the All-Star that year. It was David Lee, and he was their best player. In 2014, he took them to the playoff. At that point, he was the only All-Star. Like so, to me, like he already proved that he can win without help. But once you get KD for so long, all that anything beyond KD gets erased.
Yeah, I think once KD went there, it tarnished a whole lot of everybody on that team. Like people don't look at them as they should. Like they don't get that same respect, which is bullshit.
Which is ridiculous because people forget he won without KD. He won 73. He sent KD home. KD he ain't joined KD. KD joined him.
Do you not remember how this went?
like people forget this. He didn't join KD. KD joined him.
Facts. But yeah, for me, man, like y'all said, I honestly think Jokic is gonna win. I don't even think it's close no more. I think
Yeah.
after Murray got hurt and he continued to keep that team at like the top 3, 4 in the West, that solidified it for him. And his numbers is crazy, so it's not like he just not deserving. 26, 11, 8.5, and like a steal and a half a game. Yeah.
They say he got the highest PER in history right now.
I said, I know his numbers with the best MVP seasons we seen. I know he in the like top 5, top 10.
His numbers look like Giannis MVP numbers.
Bro, he's shooting
Mhm.
40% from deep,
Right, and
56
that's
from
the
field. That's
difference.
crazy.
With no athleticism, bro. Don't
He
never come off the ground.
he 1 assist away from a triple double for the season.
Crazy.
But to me, and it's a player I never used to like, but I'm gonna give him his respect this year, and y'all ain't even gonna expect this shit. Chris Paul, bro. Now he ain't
Nah, I
his
expect it.
numbers. No, his numbers ain't got it. I get that. 16, 9, and 5. No, that's not MVP numbers. But I honestly feel like if you take him off Phoenix, they not a playoff team. They might be like fighting
We
around
say
that
they
play
wasn't
in.
last year.
They might be fighting around that play in area, but he got them second in the West right now, bro. And you could honestly say he is like 90% of the reason they're as good as they are. He making them play better.
I agree with that.
He opening up Devin Booker's game for sure. Because Devin Booker can play more off the ball now, like he should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
He even making DeAndre Ayton big soft ass look a little better. I forgot to mention him, but that's another nigga that be frustrating me too. Cause why you don't never want to dunk the ball, bro? You like 7'2". Dunk the fucking ball, man. But that's neither here nor there. So yeah, I think if it was strictly about a player's value to a team, I think Chris Paul, it's like between him and Steph Curry this
And
season,
LeBron James,
who got them? Yeah, and obviously LeBron.
if he wasn't hurt.
It's between, you could say them three right there got the highest value on their team right now. And yeah, I got Steph in there like right after Chris Paul. He got that team. He is dragging that team, as Bobby would say, kicking and screaming,
Kicking and
through
screaming.
muddy water into the playoffs, man. They don't got no business being in the playoff picture right now because that team is garbage. Besides Steph Curry and Draymond, and like I spoke, Wiggins been kind of hooping this year, but he inconsistent with it. That team is shit though. So the fact that he got them where he got them, that should say all I need to say. If you gonna give Westbrook MVP for that season, what they was a 8 seed, 7 or 8 seed, then give Steph his MVP this year.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Jokic got it locked up. If Embiid never got hurt, I probably would have picked him only because he had Philly at the top, but Philly showed they can win without him. Shout out to Tobias Harris, my nigga.
J. Cole.
Clean bum.
All right, don't start disrespecting him, man. We're not finna tolerate that.
Boo boo trash bag.
Do I need to get started on Allen Iverson again?
No.
Hey, you know, J.
great.
Cole signed a deal to go play overseas in Africa.
In Africa, yeah, I saw that.
Trash bag also. His ass not
Yeah.
gonna get no tick.
It's like, man, I just want a 10-day. I'm listening. I just want a 10-day for the practice squad.
Just let me get some of the team gear, you know.
You see what I'm saying?
So yeah, I think Jokic wins it. He deserves it. But if it was up to me, in order, it would be CP3, Steph, and then Jokic. All right, so another thing I know Bobby been wanting to speak about for a minute, pretty interesting topic, is the importance of a team's front office.
Oh my god.
Now we done seen some front offices ruin a lot of superstars' prime years by being absolute shit at building around them, i.e. the Bulls and the fucking Knicks, especially the fucking Knicks. But Bobby, I'm gonna let you touch on it first. How important is a good front office to a franchise?
I'm afraid to tell you like this. If you working for a job and you trying to get this promotion, they telling you that they need to see so-and-so from you. You steady telling them this is not a one-man job. I need help. And they telling you, okay, well, this is what you got, so you gotta do it anyway, and you can't get it done because it's not a one-man job. Wouldn't you become frustrated with this job?
Yeah.
Would you want to leave because they're clearly not listening to you? They're not supplying you with the pieces that you need to succeed. So why would you stay with the company?
Facts.
That's the same thing. That's the same philosophy that goes to a front office. If you're trying to be the star player who wants to win and you want all the accolades to come with winning, you need the right parts around you. Jordan couldn't be Jordan until Scotty got there, till Horace Grant got there. Before that, Jordan was going out first round. Jordan didn't even have his first full over 500 season until Scotty got there, because you need the pieces around you. You need help, plain and simple. And we got GMs. It boggles my mind. We have GMs right here who would rather be cheap and just have a one of a kind player, and they will just slowly build through the draft. It boggles my mind how they can be so stupid. I even go back to for the older listeners. We can go back to the 90s, because we all during the pandemic I know we all seen The Last Dance doc.
Yeah.
Even what's the name said it. Jordan said it. Scottie Pippen, all them said it. Jerry Reinsdorf did not want to pay Jordan that last year. They tricked Scottie Pippen into signing a lesser deal for guarantee money when he could have just held out and got the max, because Scottie was underpaid for years too.
Yep. His whole career.
his whole career until he got the bag. I want to say it was either in Houston or Portland, but he got the bag in one of them. But with the Bulls, he didn't get the bag. Jordan didn't either. Jordan was living off his endorsements.
We got robbed out of like 5 or 6 more seasons from that team because them niggas wasn't done.
No, they wasn't. They just wanted to get paid. And Jerry was willing to let Jordan and all them walk or retire, so he wouldn't pay them. That's how these GMs is living, man. This front office, listen, spend that money, man, and you can get you a Golden State.
It's really not that hard, man.
It's not that hard, because think about it. Look, as a store manager myself, you have to spend money to make money. If I have a star employee who I'm giving hours to, and he's selling his butt off, every customer he boom, 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 I'm gonna keep scheduling him because he's making me money. So that means whatever I'm losing, by overscheduling him, I'm getting back through the profit because he's bringing me double the business. It's the same thing with the NBA, but these dudes are cheap because that cuts into their money, that cuts into their spending thing. But it's like, as you win, it increases your revenue. Right now, the Warriors are the second most valuable team in the NBA. They $6.8 billion. They worth more than Lakers. The Lakers, I just saw the list. They say the Lakers are third. The Knicks somehow are still number one. But like, it blows my mind that people would rather save money than win when you can double the profit.
That's the biggest thing I think is we forget a lot of times that the NBA is a business, and a lot of those owners only see it as a business. They don't care about the actual product on the floor. As long as it's making them profit, that's all they really care about. You can see with a lot of organizations. Minnesota, I'm looking at you.
Yeah. And it's like, don't get me wrong. For some franchises, I get it. Because something like the small market, you can't afford the big superstars. I get it. Sometimes you just got to build through the draft because you can't afford you a LeBron. You can't afford you a Kobe or whatever. But even then, you can do it the San Antonio way.
I was just that with San Antonio. They're a small market.
Because with the Spurs, they gave I think the year he was off his rookie deal, I think that was 2000 or 99. One of them, whatever year he was supposed to leave the Spurs to go to the Magic, play with T-Mac and Grant Hill and all them, whatever. They gave him the max.
Talking about, right?
Yeah. They gave him the max, and they just built through. They built through the draft. A couple of signing trades here and there, but mostly the Spurs are built through the draft. Internationally, anyway, they were one of the first teams to really do that. Or whatever. When the time comes to re-sign, they convinced Tim Duncan, listen, we can keep this dynasty going, but you got to take a little less because we're a small market. And what he do? He took a little less because he sacrificed the money for the winning. To me, that sets a precedent. You telling me that the best player on my team, who I got to give him this money because we ain't the Spurs without him. And you telling me he taking less so I can go spend this money to go get him some more people? Now I got the money where now I can afford him a Richard Jefferson. I can go sign Steven Jackson. I can go sign Robert Horton now. I can go sign Avery Bradley. What's his name? Avery Johnson. You see what I'm saying? Like, these are people that they went and got for him because he took less instead of the max. And then over time, when it's all said and done, now in his career, now we can cash him out. That's what they did. Once Kawhi and them got there, they cashed him out. Okay,
and
it took less.
The same thing with Dirk his whole career.
Right, Dirk. They did the same thing.
Every time.
Yep. Kobe didn't take less. I think, except one time. But like at the end of his career, that last 4-year contract when he tore Achilles midway through it, they cashed Kobe out. They said, you know what, we riding out with this because you Kobe. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like,
That's
it
what the
can
good
be,
organizations do.
and that's the importance of a great organization, because they realize the importance of winning. Because if you win, you get all that back at the end.
Plus some.
And then man, I ain't got no more, man. Y'all hit me. Y'all hit me, man. I ain't got no more, man. Y'all hit me.
You, dog. I'm picking up what you putting down, man.
Because it blows me, G. It's like, bro, spend that money. You want to win, man.
See, like
Y'all
he
got
said,
it, man.
teams don't want to win. It's business,
Y'all got it, man.
but it's a business. If I was a billionaire and I wasn't a former athlete, a former basketball player, I'd be in it for the same thing. We got to think about it. Half of these billionaires and these owners aren't former basketball players. And for me, I think that's huge for being in the NBA, being a GM, being an assistant GM, being like all those front office positions. I think that's big. We need more basketball minds in the game. That's why we see it. So many of these front offices, horrible teams, Minnesota, Phoenix before this last season. Like we seeing guys that just want to make money. When you look at like y'all spoke on, we look at all the front offices who wanted to spend money. Mark Cuban, a small market team in San Antonio, 50-year team, a 50-win team every year, but they didn't spend money in free agency. But like you said, they build in the draft. They built internationally. They had a good front office that had a great scouting team and found great players in the second round.
Now, the year Dallas won that title, they did kind of spend some money. They picked up Sean Marion, Jason Kidd, Caron Butler, and all them.
But
They spent some
that's
money
word
that
to
time.
your front office. One of the Mark Cuban, we know Mark Cuban not scared to spend no money.
He gonna spend that bread.
He one of the few that actually get it, because he was always like that.
Look at the Clippers now. It's no surprise Paul George and Kawhi Leonard wanted to come play there. Not just because that's where they from. They owner in tune with the game. He want to win. I would think he's knowledgeable. If we go talk about outside of basketball, it's so many organizations that they're great because of the front office. Look at the New England Patriots. I'm not gonna go too much into it, but they front office is in tune with the team, is in tune with the sport. They want to win. So when we talk about the importance of a front office, it just really comes down to, do you want to win or you want to make money? Because they gonna make money regardless, win or lose. So it's like, hey, let's just sign a few high profile players. We gonna make money off their jersey sales and the fans coming to see them play. But they don't give a fuck about winning. So it's just simple as that. The good teams, the good owners, and the good front offices know the game and want to win. And the bad teams, the one that just want to make money and sell tickets. I think it's as simple as that.
Yeah, I think Steve Ballmer, I think that's his name, the owner of the Clippers. He
Yeah.
low key like a Mark Cuban. They kind of the same person, because he be at the games turned the fuck up. Little bald ass.
And he the first owner that I can like remember that was publicly saying that he willing to go into the luxury to sign players. Like he was one of the first to really say, I'll bite that bullet and I'll pay whatever I pay. I'm trying
The owner of the Nets too. I can't think of his name. Like when they first moved to Brooklyn, I think he like
yeah. Him too. Dude on the
he didn't know the game. He didn't know the game.
Dude
That's
on
what
the
he
Raptors
said.
too.
Yeah.
Ujiri, right?
Yeah, he was one of the first ones to say, I'll pay that luxury tax. I want to win right now too. Remember, he went all in on Kawhi when Kawhi first signed.
Yep, and it paid off.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes you got to just, the risk don't equal the reward. Not for all organizations, but sometimes it's worth it.
And speaking on Phoenix, like you have brought up, Nico, I'm pretty sure they GM right now is a former player. Ain't James Jones they GM?
Yeah.
I think now, but I don't think he been there that long.
Nah, he ain't been there that long, but like
He
was
been
there
the last 4 years.
Yeah, at the beginning of the turnaround. So, like you were saying, you get more former players in there who actually give a fuck about the game. Your franchise gonna reap the rewards. Like Elton Brand in Philly. Now, Sacramento, I don't know, because Vlade Divac been ruining that team for a while.
But I don't think it's Vlade. It's Kiki Vandeweghe. They own her. He fucking it up.
Cheap.
Vlade too, but it's not just all Vlade. Vlade can only do so much.
Shit, I don't even think Vlade didn't even want Boogie, bro. Vlade was glad to get rid of Boogie. Fucking weirdo.
He was fucking up he was messing up the locker room, man. Boogie had to, and I love Boogie, but he needed a fresh start.
Boogie needed it go to the front office. Boogie, they let go of the one coach that
Yep. Yep.
made Boogie play.
Mike Malone.
And they had no other, like, no talent, bro. Like, no
And they
vets.
give
Who
him
was
no
ever
input on
Boogie
it
vet?
neither.
Who's Boogie's vet ever in his career with Sacramento? Matt
Ain't
Barnes?
no Udry.
I thought it was Rudy Gay.
Was Rudy there?
Yeah.
Rudy Gay was there, and Matt Barnes. Those were the years where they were close to making the playoffs. But before that, come on, man. Like, players get a bad rap. They need good coaches. They need vets in the locker room. You let a
That shit
nigga
was
like
over
him
once
from the
they got
hood,
rid of his coach.
yeah, like, it's over with. And they almost made the playoffs. They fired him for nothing
For no reason. Other
in the
like
middle
I
of the
said,
season.
them other franchises, bro. Like it's sometimes I feel like teams be trying to lose, bro. And like there's like, oh shit, we winning. He got to go. He doing too much. He making us better. Like and now you see what
Yeah,
he doing with Denver. Oh man.
one of the best coaches.
That's the Pistons, man. They traded away everybody that was trying to win.
Yeah. Like yeah, this is to me it's a real simple topic though. Like you said, like to me the things that make like a competent front office though, like for one, when it's a high profile free agent sees that your organization is competent, they much more likely to sign with that team. If they feel like when they sign there, you're gonna be able to put pieces around them, you're gonna be able, whether you're a small market or not, you're gonna be able to get those free agents because they're like, okay, I know if I go here, you're gonna do your very best. You're gonna put your best foot forward to help me win a championship, which is what I want. Another thing, and like you spoke on with the Spurs, they gonna draft better and they gonna make smarter trades. They gonna do all their homework before they pick anybody in the draft. And they're not gonna just make these stupid trades in the middle of the year, like when they call themselves competing. They're gonna be like, okay, look, we know we can wait a year. We're not gonna risk on this specific player. They're gonna know when to take the risk and when not to.
Mm-hmm.
And they get players that fit. That come with being a
Right.
smart GM. Get players that fit your culture.
Yeah, and let your coach have input on it because your coach knows more than you what he's trying to get accomplished and what
Yeah,
type of
pop
team
they
he's trying to
GM.
build. Right. See, that's even better. Like if your coach is your GM and he's one of those coaches that's like good for the front office, it's gonna be good for you. Now, one thing, this goes back to the Bulls, like going back to the decision year with LeBron, because they did this. One thing a good front office is never gonna do, they're not gonna waste money overpaying a backup plan free agent. Like if you didn't clear all this cap space or whatever, like the Bulls did to try to get LeBron that year. If you don't get LeBron, you don't go and spend all that fucking money on Carlos Boozer. You say, you know what? It'll be other off seasons. We're gonna keep building this culture. We're gonna still have this money. So when the next free agent come around, we could try to crack at him. But you spend all that money on the backup plan free agent and you find out he's not as good as you thought he was. Now you just tied up with a bad contract that you can't get rid of.
That we had to use the amnesty rule on.
Yeah. Bulls and the Knicks, the worst at that. Like from 2000 to like 2015, them two teams was the worst at wasting money on them backup plan free agents. The number one thing a good organization is going to do when they get a superstar, they're going to keep them happy and confident in their ability to build a winner around him. That's the number one thing a good front office is going to do. Without that, it don't matter how good you draft or any of that, because if that main pieces don't feel like he can win there, he gonna leave anyway.
Facts.
So yeah, that was a pretty simple topic though. Like the front office is definitely important though, and I don't think enough people like give it the credit that it deserves. Like all these championship teams won titles because of the organization. Yes, it's the players on the floor at the end of the day, but the front office got a big part in that.
Look at the past like 10 NBA champions. All those teams had good front offices. None of
Yep.
them had bad front offices.
Except for Cleveland.
Cleveland,
He got blessed because LeBron really didn't have to come back there.
but the thing about Cleveland, bro, yes, Dan Gilbert in the beginning I would say was bad, but he made trades. Like that, even the first stint with Cleveland, he made trades that last year. The last year LeBron was with Cleveland, he made some big trades. And then when LeBron came back, they made the big trade to get Amon Shepard and to get J.R. Smith. Like he started to put shit together, but his problem was not consulting with LeBron. Like you said, keeping your best player happy. He didn't consult LeBron as much.
You don't write a diss letter when your best player leave, neither.
That last year, it wasn't him though. David Griffin by that point was the GM. So he like the first 7 years of LeBron's Cleveland run, that was all Dan Gilbert. He was the owner and the GM because he was being cheap, so he was doing double duty. It was really him and his son. They was doing double duty. When LeBron left, by the time he came back, his son had moved on to something else. And then David Griffin was the GM. And Dan Gilbert was just the owner. David Griffin is willing to spend what he gonna spend.
Yeah, it was really only because of LeBron. Because I'm trying to keep LeBron.
Right. Because he did an interview right when he got with the Pelicans. He did I forgot the guy's name, but he was on ESPN when he said it. But he was like, he felt like his job was tied to LeBron coming back. So he said he did whatever it took to keep Bron happy because he felt like if Bron leave, my job leaving with him.
Yeah.
And sure enough, when Bron left, the year after that, he got smoked. Then he got hired by the Pelicans.
Pelicans fans be happy. He gonna build y'all a winner.
Yes, he is, because he wanted to feud. He'll spend whatever it takes because he's a very hands-on players like GM. He legit gonna get you whatever you ask for. Bron told them, "I'm top heavy as hell. We need a bench," and they went and filled up that bench within 2 weeks.
Yeah. They might have made the most transactions in one season in NBA history.
Hey, remember in 2018 where they traded the whole roster?
The whole roster.
D Rose, D Wade, all of them gone.
So what LeBron do? Walk up to the GM. I was like, look, man, literally, all these niggas gotta go. Every last one of them.
Clear this motherfucking bench. They got to go.
I don't want to see none of these niggas in here tomorrow. Not one of them.
No, all he did was, hey, I'm going to the Lakers next year, so I don't want to play with them niggas on the Lakers. Get them off the Lakers. Bring them over here, so when I go over there, they not over there.
I think it was understood that he was leaving.
But I don't think it was 100%. It was the Lakers. But once I saw that trade with the Lakers, I said, "Yep, he going to the Lakers," because he don't want to play with Jordan Clarkson or Larry Nance.
I remember reading an article like 3 years ago where they were saying how like AD, I want to say it was in 2018. Whatever year he took them bums to the finals to get swept by the Warriors. I remember reading an article saying that AD was going to force a trade to the Lakers no matter what, and Bron was going to meet him there. And that was before LeBron even announced he was leaving. So I feel like them two had that like planned for like years.
Probably. So you think LeBron retiring here, right?
Oh yeah, he already said he
gonna do like go sign a 1 day with Cleveland or some shit.
No, he said he ain't leaving. He said this is where he at.
He said go like a 1 day with Cleveland, but
this is
who knows?
Like, team though.
Yeah, for sure. This is his last team. He retires. He's gonna play his last game with the Lakers.
Yeah, this is it. I think he's saying to his son get the.
If
I think now, matter of fact, that's what I think will make LeBron James lead the Lakers. Whatever team his son gets drafted to, if LeBron is a free agent, I see him going there.
Yeah, I think he lining his contract up with it like that. So when if his son do make it to the league, he'll be a free agent.
His son making it to the league. He getting it off the name alone. Y'all tweaking.
His son making it to the league. His son not gonna be a late bloomer. Like he got the fundamentals, and then he an athlete.
I'm just saying because anything can happen, man.
Yeah, anything can happen because he hurt now.
He making it to the league. I'm telling you, Bron run the league. If he say I want to run the league, he in the league. Y'all tweaking if y'all think otherwise.
You know what the fuck going on.
Hey,
he gonna make the league.
Them clutch sports checks be real. Y'all tweaking.
True. Thank y'all for tuning in. Comment down, firstly, who the fuck you think shouldn't be in the NBA?
For real, that's what it is. Who the fuck shouldn't be in the NBA?
Exactly like that. Start your comment with such and such blank shouldn't be in the fucking NBA. That's how I want it worded. And who do you have winning MVP this year? But yeah, that's gonna do it for this one, y'all. Most recent episode will be linked in the description so you can stay caught up. Make sure you like the video, share the video, follow us on social media, on Instagram. All that stuff will be linked in the description. And we'll catch y'all in the next one.